do a shillelagh build in one live. I'm gonna see how I can do it and how fast, yada yada. This is a well-seasoned piece of maple right here. This is actually from my backyard. I cut some time ago. You can see it's got quite the split going here. Would have been a lot better had I painted the end. And you can see it's got a good one right here as well. But hey, it is what it is. And I'm gonna start making one. After I flip this camera. There we go. We are live. So, let's get this in the vise and start cutting. Actually, let's explain a bit of the process. So this, and the tools. So this will be what I will be using. This is what is this? Corona brand, like limb saw, I think they call it. Corona brand folding razor tooth saw. It's primarily used for cutting limbs and such. I have found that these are incredibly useful for cutting wood of basically any kind. And so with this, I'm going to be cutting off somewhere around here, and then somewhere around here, and then the remainder will turn into the knob end. And it might be a bit of a block end, it might be a more of a round ball end. We shall see. That's the fun about these things. When you build them, you get to decide as you go. This has a lot of cool little knobs on it already, so I might actually keep those as kind of a design. So we shall see, but time will tell. And this will be one tool I'm using. I'm not really used to doing this, so forgive me for not too fluid. But this right here, the trusty, handy dandy Japanese Shinto rasp. This is one of the coolest tools I have ever actually owned. It has two different coarsenesses. This side, I guess it doesn't really matter, but this side's the coarse side. This side is the less coarse side, but they're still pretty abrasive for what it's worth. But this is one I'll be using. And then the other one that also happens to be made in Japan. This is a Japanese half-round wood file, and this will be put to use as well. And this one really is aggressive. Unlike the Shinto, that one, that's no joke. That wood rasp, actually, I'm going to turn this off. Sorry guys, I got a little caught up on something. I should have been live somewhere else, and I wasn't. I'm such a nerd. My apologies. Alright. Supposed to be going live over here on Instagram, and I was live elsewhere. I'm a wild one. Making like shillelagh. Yeah, trying to spell shillelagh. I get it most of the time, but not always. Alright, shillelagh making. We'll just keep it simple. Alright. So like I said, you know, that's what this will become. And actually, I'm gonna put this big goofy alien face one somewhere. I don't know, it just looks like an alien face. I'm gonna put this behind me. And let's see. Where's my towel? And when I work on things, like on the vise, I try to use some type of like old shop towel, like this. And it helps it from not getting like the creases that you'll get in the vise teeth, or in the jaws. That's what they call it, the vise jaws. And let's actually swing this over so you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'll put this in here, and then I'm gonna clamp it down. I remember one time I was I don't remember if this one or I got a Wilson bullet vise. That thing is so rad. And I remember I was unscrewing it and I wasn't paying attention. I luckily had a weirdly strong grip on it, which I don't normally just have at random. And the whole thing fell right out. Almost landed right on top of my foot. That would have been horrible. I tell you what. No, they actually. So hey guys, how's it going? Actually, I'll show you guys real quick before I screw it up. I'm getting ready to make a shillelagh out of this maple stake that I got from my tree in my backyard. But if you can see right here, you can see there's a bit of a color transition. It's not too clear, but you know, it's still there. And I'm gonna be not cutting down to there because that still would make a fairly decent walking stick. Actually, let's see how good it will do. I'll get that back. And I'll cut it off and we'll see how long that would actually be. Come on. Oh boy. Technical issues. Just the way it goes when you're live. Okay. Let's get the old saw, and I'm going to cut. Actually, I'm going to move my cool little seat. But I'm going to cut just above the young spot where it was. What we got? Staying off the grid. Greeting, Mrs. Homosexual. Fantastic gay outfit. So how long have you been gay? Look at the gay lady. You know what? That was actually pretty funny. I ain't gonna lie. That's one of the funnier ones I've had said to me. I got some on here that try to go like, "You're so obviously gay." And it's like, cool, you know? It's like, don't tell my parents. Oh my God, if my parents found out I was gay, oh, have mercy. Mercy me. Dropped the knife. That's my big butcher knife. I need to put a new handle on it, actually. And put this to work with chopping up things like deer. I only got to butcher one deer this year, actually. Oh, last year, November. So, I cut this down, like I said, and I could straighten this out. I'm actually going to have to. And I'm not, you know what? I think I'm going to straighten this out first, because you never know sometimes. And this maple can be really finicky, and this stuff can snap, and I broke 4 sticks in one night one time. That was unfortunate. My neighbors probably thought I was crazy, because I'd be like making these groaning noises as I was trying to straighten it out. And then when I'd get to the point where it was about to snap, you'd hear a big crack, and then he'd just go, "Oh man," you just hear me grunting and groaning, all bummed out. And then I'd snap it a couple times and throw it out the door, and I had my big lights on so you could see like sticks flying out the door. It was funny to me. Anyway, so let's see, Lord of the Onion Ring. So what are your thoughts about onions on foot jobs? Are you for or against them? Or what are my opinions on foot jobs? I think you're weird. I think that's what it comes down to, honestly. And actually, I used to tell people my name was Pinocchio when they would ask if I was a girl or a boy. I'd say, "I'm Pinocchio. I'm a real boy." I'll leave it up to you to decide. And I had an Italian friend, and rest in peace, Lunchbox. He was a very good friend of mine, and he would play into the skit. It was always funny. People would get upset about it. All right. When you're starting to get things all set up, to start heat, because I straighten my sticks out with heat. You got to kind of figure out how you want this thing set, and I think I'm going to do it this way. Let's do it like that, because every stick is unique, and every species of tree has its own way of rolling about things. Actually, I don't need to worry about this side getting all jacked up. Yeah, we'll keep it anyway. Why not? As you can see, I'm so well organized today. Okay. I find it funny about social media now, because people are behind screens and they're so bored with life that they go out of their way to try and insult people. And it's funny to me, because when I was a kid, people actually had the guts to like say it to your face. And today it's just like bored 14-year-olds that are just like, homo. And it's like it is kind of funny. Like, there was someone that was trying to make fun of me, which I actually found funny. So like it failed, it blew up in their face. But at the same time, why are you guys so bored? Like, what happened with your life that you just talk shit to people online? It's kind of cowardly, to be honest. At least be creative. Okay. What are the onion rings? Didn't know we were kink shaming here. Hey, I do what I want on my channel, and you know what? I really don't care if that offends you, and I don't know why you think I should care. To be completely honest, that's a really strange thing with people these days, especially the youth of America. They think that they're owed respect. You've given me no reason to respect you. You've actually come on here just to be weird and offensive, and all you've done is like actually annoy me. So why you think you deserve something you didn't earn? I don't know, bro. That's a weird flex. You didn't even have the decency to respect me. You just came in like a drunk prom date, spewing vomit, thinking you were funny. That's just weird. Weird. And if you're gonna come in like a drunk prom date, at least be funny. I don't know if your parents told you that. At least be funny if you're gonna be an ass. If you can't, like mix the two, give it up. Just don't even try. It's not even worth it. Kink shaming, what the fuck? People like you are why I don't go to Pride anymore. I don't like weird people like that that say weird stuff. Okay. Got my heat gun plugged in. Almost fell off the step stool. Where's my blowtorch? only time I'll need it. So I'm gonna keep this over here. And I don't know what it is, but where I set my blowtorch, anywhere I set that thing, I somehow manage to knock it over. Same with my broom and dustpan over here. I don't know how I manage it, but I'm always knocking that thing over. Alright, so I gotta block you now, because you're just a weirdo. Alright. How do I do this? Hide user from channel. Okay. John, mods are a good thing. I'll always support your goals. Yeah, I have thought about getting moderators. I don't have enough traffic. If I do it, it'd be my significant other probably that did it. But people, gotta live out the wild world on the internet. I guess it's where they get to do it from behind closed doors and all that jazz. But yeah, moderators can be a fantastic thing. I was actually in a Facebook group. It was I think it was like a outdoor camping group. Anyway, one of the admins, moderators, whatever, actually went rogue. I don't remember exactly what happened. I can't remember now, but they were allowing like really weird and offensive stuff to start coming through that was really not on topic. And I don't know if it was like a battle against the creator of the page or group or what, but that was actually pretty funny. But yes, also, mods are a great thing, I agree, but so is blocking people. And you have to be ruthless with that one. Why did I put this in the vise that way? That was so silly to me. I'm losing my mind today. What the hell? Alright, let's start this over. Sheesh. Let's put this here. And let's get this back where I was. Come on. I actually, so the people out there that have been following my channel, if there's any here, I don't know if you guys, I can never tell like actually who's in the chat. It'll tell me the number, but the number can fluctuate when there's actually people. I say there's like 5 people in here. It can actually fluctuate and show 0, even though there are people in here. And it's, so yeah, I never actually know what's going on. So, to the people that have been following for a while, I was thinking about standardizing my live times. I'm not sure what times they will be yet. I still gotta look at all the analytics and all that. But I think I'm gonna start doing maybe 3 lives a week. Maybe 1 in the afternoon, 2 at night, or 2 afternoon, 1 in the evening, something like that. I just haven't figured out quite the way I'm gonna roll with it yet. Time will tell. Looking forward to Outdoor Rama next week in Novi. I saw that was coming to town. I've never been. It seems pretty cool. I'm looking forward to the bare knuckle fights tonight. I'm not sure if I'm gonna catch them. I'm gonna try to. But I absolutely love combat sports. The bloodier, the better. And I think there's 4 girl fights tonight too. 2 or 4, something like that. But I gotta remember. Or no, it's tomorrow night. But yeah, Outdoor Rama look pretty rad. I thought about going to some of those and getting a table, try and sell some things. Actually, I gotta do this barehanded. Ain't that a bummer? I gotta feel the heat of the stick. And I can't feel it with them gloves. So actually, when I do this, I gotta look down the stick, and you can see where the curve starts, and this is where I'll have to clamp it just before it, and then that's where I'll start straightening. Hopefully this does not break on me. You never know with this species of maple, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's really invasive for this area, and it's actually pretty good for smoking with, to be completely honest. But it's for sticks. It actually makes okay sticks. They're not bad, but they can snap easy when you're making them. I'm not sure why either. But yeah, I have thought about going to Outdoor Rama. I thought about going to the Gun and Knife Show at the Novi Expo Center. I've never gone to any of the big ones. I've been to one in Georgia, Blade Show, in Atlanta, but never the ones in Michigan. I don't know why drive an hour when I can drive 14 hours. Well, actually, I didn't have any of my earlier boxing pictures, but that was me when I was boxing, I was very fit, and I miss it a whole lot. And that's, holding myself accountable, I guess, by sharing with the world that, well, for one, bullying can actually be beneficial, but two, that we all gotta start somewhere. A lot of us have been in places that were hard to come back from, and I'm in one, and I don't know if I will, but I sure hope I can. It's my goal, at least. I actually did try finding one of my pictures from boxing. I didn't have any. The only one I can think of having is the one I actually had in my basement when I was just having some fun down there. So after I get this hot enough, I'll start bending it. And it actually works to straighten it out. Some will say use steam. I don't use steam at all of any kind. I just get it warm and start moving it. And I don't get it warm enough to like burn my hand, but sometimes, depending on how big the wood is, like if it's a thick piece that's like 2-inch diameter, I do gotta get it really hot. And then that one is really hard because you gotta hold it until it cools down so it sets in place. Alright, there's another bend right. You can see this. There's a bend right here. I'm trying to straighten it and bring it this way. Come on. Oh, go around there, go around there. There we go. Okay, there we go. I know making a cut shoulder lately is about like watching paint dry, but it's just the way it is. I actually used to have another heat gun. They're both from Harbor Freight. The last one I had was like Big Bird Yellow, and it was just, I don't know, it was like so awkward, and I don't actually know what broke it, but I just remember trying to plug it in one day, and that was it. It just basically was like, nope, I'm done working for you. Oh, damn it. I just had this in all the way. What a bummer. Oh well, we'll start this way. Alright, now that's tight. Let's try it again. Never thought about a heat gun. It seems easier to steam. Wagner heat gun is on sale at Menards. I don't need another one, but for those that are listening, there you go. You got one on sale at Menards. I actually there's one from Australia? I think it's Australia. And it's like our Harbor Freight. And it's called like machine or tool machine or something like that. Anyway, it's like our Harbor Freight, and they have one. Or they have a brand that they carry called Detroit, and it says Detroit on all of them. I want to get one of those. I got to contact them, see if they'll ship to America, but that'd be cool to have one that says Detroit on it. I always wondered why they had a brand called Detroit, but they do. They got heat guns. I think they got drills. It's all I think it's all power tools. I think that outdoor Rama at the Novi Expo Center is going to have, like, real, like, wait, fishing tournament or something, like, live inside the show place. I can't remember what it was, but it was really cool. It looked like they had, like, a big pool set up for it or something like that. And, like, I've never really seen anything quite like that before. You gotta stop moving, dude. Okay. I'm going to hold that right there. When you're straightening out, you want to go just a bit beyond what you're trying to get at. Sometimes you got to go kind of far beyond, actually. Getting there slowly but surely. You can see. Actually, I want to cut that. This is too fucking unwieldy. Alright. Oh, no, actually, we'll go like this. We'll do it this way. Yeah, we'll do that. Moving around there, bobbing and weaving, feeling like my Howard Ollie. Alright. that's good. So, put you back there. And then, of course, that is in the way. That'll be fine. Okay. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to go like right here. Just going to cut down to a size. And then I'm going to use this chunk of maple right here to do some meat smoking. I had no idea maple can be really quite good. You just don't hear many people, well, I don't hear many people talk about smoking with it. Like I hear a lot of oak. Not much mesquite, believe it or not. But some people talk about mesquite, just not too many. Let's see, I'm going to cut this one. I'm going to cut this off because I got to cut where this is, actually, I think. At least that's where I'm deciding to cut. But I also I have a lot of ash from back when the ash borer came through and smoked a bunch of ash in Michigan. And, right there. And I smoked with some ash, and that was actually pretty good for smoking too. I was impressed with ash. But my favorite so far is actually probably red oak. Remember a few months back, there was a guy that said he was from Ireland. He was so offended by how I was cutting wood. It was so funny how upset he was getting. It still amazes me how upset people can get at what others are doing. Okay. Well, yep, we'll make that work. Alright. So that'll be hopefully easier to manipulate. Yeah, it'll be a lot easier now. And I'm gonna, you can see like, well, I don't know if you can see, but I'm gonna do like this end for the knob, and then I'm gonna round that off a bit, and then, yep. It's very interesting what's going on in there. It's a good dry piece too. Okay, let's get you in here. Start breaking again. Oh, so much easier to move on. Go figure. Okay. And that's standing and heating and standing and heating. Have a good one. Have a good time at the show. Alright. Oh, hey, Andy. Hi, buddy. How you doing? If that's she's still here. Ah, Andy left. Ah, bummer. Good to see you, Andy. I always think, because I go live on 2 different phones at once, 2 different like socials. So I always wonder like what people think if I'm like, oh hey, see you later, have a good time with the show. And like there's people over here like, what in the world are you talking about? I don't know if you guys think I'm just as crazy. I hope you. It's funny. Where am I at? 23 minutes. I want to try and get this done in about 35 more minutes. At least into what I consider viable. Maybe I can do the hand sanding inside or something, but okay, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna have to make a video where I do like one cut, beginning to end, just making sticks. From you where? I am from Detroit, Michigan. Where are you from? Oh, hey, I'm from the south and then the left. Like thieves in the night. Come on away. Sawdust chunks of it. Alright, now let's see if we can straighten this without breaking it. This has some, looks like a little bit of spalting in it, so we'll see how this fares on this bend. It's a pretty big one. Alright, and this is what I do. I'm just putting my weight into it. That's all I'm doing. And I got a lot of weight to put in it. I'm going to probably put it back in and pull it the other way. Sometimes it's easier to pull it than push it. This stick has actually been difficult. It's been wanting to roll because it's I don't know. Sticks are almost always round, but this one really wants to roll on me. It's kind of frustrating. And my stool just seems to get in the way everywhere I go. Hey guys, how's it going? Rachel, I'm not Detroit. Sorry, now give me the list. I don't know, bro. I don't know what that means. Okay. Yeah, that's cool enough. Alright. You can see how it's going. Starting to get this out of there little by little. Now when I go to this spot right here, we'll actually come from this one. We're going to pull on this one. Okay. And just heat and repeat. About the same. It's going to have a little bit of a bend in it when it's done. Not much, but it will have a bit. Just keep glass right in my eye. Where are you guys all coming out of the way? Where are y'all coming out of tonight, by the way? I'm Rachel, I'm out of Detroit. I'm making a shillelagh right now from a maple branch from my yard. It's been seasoning a good while. It's nice and dry. We're going to see how this thing works as a nice little cup of shillelagh, however you want to speak about it. If you guys can hear me real well, give me a like. Hey, why not give me a subscribe and a follow? Wait, subscribe and follow? Like, comment, subscribe. There we go. Like, comment, subscribe. There we go. I'll get it someday. I'm still new at this. I actually just posted a video earlier today about my comeback. Basically what's going on with me, like, coming live, making things. It's all about just trying to get back into living life again. And seeing if I can build a community along the way of people that make things by hand, are coming back to life from around the world. I think it'd be a really great thing to have a cool community where everyone supports each other, and it's, you know, going to be one of them things, I hope, that does wonderful things for people. Okay. It's actually setting up okay, so I don't feel any. Sometimes you can feel like a little bit of popping and cracking going on. I don't feel any on this one yet. But like I said, sometimes you can, and sometimes these things will just snap right in half when you least expect. This particular species of maple, I don't know why, but it does. The only thing I can think is this species is prone to disease, or it had a disease, or I don't even know. We ain't friends all the time, that's all I can tell you. Okay. You can see it's getting there little by little, more and more. Now, I'm going to work right around here. I'm going to take it and I'm going to pull it again. I'll pull it this way. I got to move my voice a little bit. There we go. Right about, let's see, I got it again. Right about, yeah. Actually, we'll try right here. There we go. Let's try that. Let's try. And that now. I'm making a shillelagh. Cudgel. Oh, come on now. I'm old enough. Let's just say that. I am old enough. Since you don't answer questions, I don't answer questions. No, I'm kidding. I'm old enough. Old enough to live life. Whatever that means, that's where I'm at. Really. There we go. Okay. Now we're good. Now we're rocking and rolling in the free world. Alright, guys, I just showed up. I'm Rachel. And out of Detroit, Michigan. And I am making a cudgel out of a maple stick, maple branch that I cut down from my maple tree in my backyard that I took down, I think, a year and a half ago. And this has been seasoning up for quite a while. I get it a little bit warmer. And then we start bending it. When you gotta straighten out the stick, so many steam, I use only a heat gun. It actually works fantastically well. But I will say this, until the stick is completely dry, you just, like, you can get it straight, but it'll, like, almost overnight, it will go crazy. It is showing that I am from Jordan. I am not from Jordan. I am not Jordanian. I am Polish and Irish and Scottish. But I'm from Detroit, Michigan. We have Jordanians here. We got kind of, well, not a lot, but we have some. We have a large Arabic population in a town called Dearborn that's just north of me. And, oh, I gotta get my hammer. Uh-oh, I got a phone call. Hang on.